today we're going to show you every single tool you need to start your litter box business.
All right, the first tool you need, and honestly the most important tool to do all these jobs, is a pressure washer. This is a Ryobi pressure washer. You can find these at Home Depot. You also need the batteries for them. Sometimes they come with them, sometimes they don't. It'd be good to get like a pack of like 2 or 3 of these. Be one of your most expensive purchases. So setting it up, you got your wand right here. You're gonna match in the wand on the arrows and click it in. Next step, you got this tool right here. This is your hose. So the way you clip it in is you clip it down, put it up, and then you should hear it click in there. I think it clicked in. Okay. So we use just 5-gallon tubs of water. I think it's the easiest to use as opposed to getting like a water jug where you have to clean them out and stuff. These things will run you for a long time without ever having bacteria issues or anything like that. All of these things come with a filter. Filter doesn't really fit in here. It's pretty dangerous, so we take those off. So you can just unscrew them like that and take them out. Throw the hose in there, just like this. Get it to the bottom. You got a few options on here for pressure. So you got like a rinse, you can rinse off your hands after. You got a turbo, and then a 15 degree. I like this one the most for doing these jobs. It seems to be the most effective. So when you start this thing, you're just gonna press the trigger and let it run until it's like that. And that's what you need.
All right, so this tool is actually kind of like a bunch of tools, but it's the main thing is our utility bucket. You use this on every single job. And it consists of a couple different things. So first we'll go through the bottles. There's 3 here, but you could get away with 2. The first one is going to be enzyme, and we use this. It smells great. Customers love it, at least ours do. And this is your enzyme that's going to make everything smell great. What it's doing on kind of a biological level is breaking down the pee, the poop, just all the nasty stuff. Super important to have. Your other bottle that you have other than this is just a mixture of Dawn dish soap and water. Just when you need to scrub a litter box and you don't want to spend the $40 enzyme, that doesn't make sense to use because you're just going to wash it out. That's what that's for. We have a brush in here, soft bristle. This is not going to scratch up or damage any litter boxes, and you can scrub pretty hard to get stuff off. And when this doesn't work, a soft plastic putty knife. Super helpful to have. But yeah, this is kind of the base set. You can obviously add a lot more, or not a lot, but a few more tools. Maybe you offer a really fine detail service. You could add a toothbrush or Q-tips or something. But this is necessary. That's your minimum viable toolbox. Let's talk about these real quick. Kitchen bags. Why do we have trash bags? Sometimes customers will leave the litter in the litter box, so trash bags are handy. You probably never need more than 1 or 2 in a job, but it's just great to have because if someone does leave litter and you don't have a trash bag, you gotta find somewhere to put it. Let's keep going. We got microfibers. This is going to be mainly for drying litter boxes after you clean them. You can get, well, you're going to want to get a whole bunch of these, a ton of them. We actually have like a box like this big, just full of them. I'm pretty sure all of them fill my washing machine. But super handy to use. They dry really fast, and I mean, you can wash with them too if they get saturated enough. So that's mostly the utilities. One other thing real quick that's kind of like a utility, not necessary, but it'll save your back, is having a spare 5-gallon bucket when you're on the job, or just a seat, because sometimes you're cleaning a litter robot for 20 minutes, and if you're bending over cleaning it the whole time, you see your back is just gonna hurt. So get a 5-gallon, you can just sit on it like this. It's cheap, or get a seat, but that'll save you. On to the next tool. Okay, so one thing I forgot to say is actually how we get litter out of litter boxes. So of course you always want to have a 5-gallon bucket. This, you can probably see where this is going. Put your garbage bag around there, and then you can dump litter boxes, litter into this, and then bag it up, throw it in the customer's garbage, good to go. All right, so our next tool is a blower. Now you might be thinking, why the heck are we using a blower? but man, does this save time cleaning litter robots. This blower is another Ryobi, works with all the same batteries that you've seen before. It's just as simple as putting the battery in. Like Nate says, you gotta slap it in, and there's a button right here to toggle on off. Just real quick, this one, blowers, what we use them for is electric robots. You usually have the piece that's got electronics in it, and you have the piece that you can just get sopping wet. For the one that's got electronics in it, you gotta be a little bit more gentle. You could try to vacuum everything out. That is gonna take a lot longer than just having a blower and blowing out most of it. Gets it clean way quicker, will save you at least 10-15 minutes on every electric job. On to the next tool. So this piece of equipment is a mat. So this one specifically is a great choice because of how big it is and the lack of friction on this side, because when you're spilling kitty litter, you don't want a mat with holes, because then it'll get stuck in the holes, and when you go to clean it, put it back in your car, it's hard to get everything out. You know, this side is still better than one with holes, but you can see it's a bit more rough, more spots for kitty litter to get stuck in, and when kitty litter gets wet, it just turns to like a wet sand, sometimes even goopier. So just whatever mat you choose, just try to get the least amount of friction. And something as big as this, because you can put like litter robot, like globe, other pieces, or if you have a bunch of tubs, you can set them on here. And the main reason for that is if you're working out on the street or concrete or whatever, putting that plastic on that hard surface, sliding it around, you're gonna scrape up the bottom. It makes it just a lot easier to work with. So a mat like this, not too expensive. You can get it same place you get all the other Ryobi tools.
So the next tool that you need for most of these jobs, usually you use these for litter robots, and basically every auto litter box that you come across, you'll need to do some form of vacuuming. So there's a couple different options for you. The main goal and the main idea is to get a wet dry vac. We use Ryobi because that way all of your batteries are interchangeable between all of the machines that you use. So this way you don't need to bring power with you or anything like that. Ryobi does have like a separate unit that's just a wet dry vac, which we'll link in the bio as well. But I like to use this box and top one because it's easy to clean these Home Depot Ryobi buckets. And it's just pretty fast, easy cleanup, and it doesn't take up much room in your car. So basically this thing right here will come like this, and you see there's where you put your battery. It has a bag for you as filters, so you can always just put a trash bag here if you don't want to spend money or get more of these, totally up to you. But the way it works is you get a Home Depot bucket, you just set it right on top like that. Hose, so the hose goes right in here, and then you have this part. I recommend always using this on any job you do. It makes it suction better and you can get into more cracks and crevices. So after that, we're just gonna grab a battery, boom, and then you turn it on and you're sucking away. When you finish the job, you can always just take this right off, dump this in a trash can, or put it, you know, I got a trash can right there, we'll dump it in there, you can spray this thing out. So that is your wet dry vac. So we have two options for you with Ryobi, but get whatever works for you. But I definitely recommend sticking with batteries that are interchangeable between all your machines. So there we go.
All right, so this is everything, every tool you need to start a litter box cleaning company. Or one helpful thing we forgot to add was gloves. It's nice to have when you're dealing with pet waste, cat poop and stuff like that. These ones are just Milwaukee gloves. You can wash them after you clean, but you can also use disposable gloves, whatever works. But yeah, this is it. Everything fits on this little desk. We're gonna have all the pricing in an Excel sheet and where to get it. So you can kind of just go down that list, and if you got everything, you know you're ready to go. And if you're unsure about how we use this on a job, check out some of our other videos. It's Litterbox Empire. Thanks for watching.